So in this video, we're now going to start designing the welcome page and add our background image. So for that, we can start by, if you remember in the previous video, we downloaded the hero image, and you can also download that image in this video in the resources. So once you have that file, go to wherever you've downloaded the file, and then we can go back to our project for now. Here in the public folder, let's create a new folder. Let's call this one assets. All right, now we can go ahead, drag this onto our project like that, and you see this image is just the Tinder image that you see when you go to the official Tinder website. Now let me just rename this one and remove the two in the end. Yeah, much better. So now after downloading that, now we can go to our welcome page. And here in the body, we can simply, here let's add style. All right, now we can say background image. Here we can do by URL. We can add some quotes there, and here we can let's add some PHP. Let's say assets. All right, we can get this image down. Is the first one here, the background image. All right, after adding that, in here let's just actually after this style, the background image, let's add a semicolon in the style, and then add background size. You can say cover and background attachment fixed. Alright, after doing that, now we can go back to our website. In here, let's refresh. You're saying undefined code to assets. Or here actually should be asset, not assets. Alright, now if we go back, awesome. Now you can see we have this nice looking Tinder website, and we're getting there slowly. So yeah, after doing that, now real quick, let's go back. And after this if statement, let's type center. We can center our elements directly. In here, let's add a margin auto to make it center all sides. Here, flex call. You can say gap y10. Inside here, I'm gonna have, let's say h3 font bold. And here I'm gonna say swipe right. Let's close that. And here, let's continue adding some classes for this element. You can set text 7XL. You can say small text 8XL. Let's make the text white. Alright, inside here, actually inside this same h3 element, let's add a sub. And here we can add a span element. We can say R. This is just to, like, we're trying to mimic the actual landing page for Tinder. If you go, that's why I'm this XL and then P2 PH3. Let's add a border there of 4, and you want this to be rounded so you can match the R. 4. Make the border white. Now if you go back and check, also now we have this swipe right, which if you go to the actual website, you're gonna find the same kind of thing, or similar rather. Yes, after doing that, now in here we can let's create a button. It's going to be actually a redirect link to where, let's say, route register. Yes. Here we can just simply write register. Or actually, let's create account. For the class, we can add rounded 3XL background gradient. You can say gradient to right. Here from pink 500. Here buyer, let's say orange 500. To, you can say to rose or red. Let's say to rose 500. Well, we can say the text white since our background will be reddish. So here text white, text XL. Now we can say font bold, font 5, and max width fit, auto. Oh, let's go check out. Awesome. Now something like this, which is looking good. All right. So now when you land on the page, you're gonna get just like the actual Tinder website here, language join, swipe right, and that. Now just to make it feel actually more like the actual Tinder, since you wanna, on the design, I'm gonna try to match exactly how it looks like. Let's just add one more thing. Here in the main, if you go after the div, let's add a new element. Let's call it a main. Actually, I realized that for the app layout, we're not gonna use this for now. So no need to open this. You can simply just close this. We'll come to this later. We're just working with the welcome layout for now. So here in the main, let's add a background. Here, class, background of white. Here, width, take up the whole space. Here, px 8. Large, you can say 20 or 24. Yeah, and then py 9. MX auto. In here, we're gonna escalate a section. This is going to be a class grid. The grid calls 2. The large grid calls 3. Pick up of 5. Now in here, I just want to create like a simple element that I'm gonna loop in. So for now, let's just create div reflex justify between items center, and I'm gonna show you the result of this. Let me just add a few elements inside. Here, h5 font bold my3, and simply say let's use some PHP. Let's say fake name. Actually, just to give you some context, this is testimonials. Oh, sorry about that. How do you write that? Testimonials. I hope that's correct. So a fake name. What does this fake user say? After the div, here we can simply, let's do HR font bold my2. Let's just draw a line horizontally, and then here you can add a key element. Let's just add fake, like fake testimonial, fake sentence. You can say fake sentence. All right. Now we can go ahead. Let's check out how it's looking like. If you scroll down, you see something like, ooh, it's looking really bad. I think we forgot to add something. So yeah. So here, this element, let's add something here. Here, div. I thought this was the actual element, but this is not. And here, get this, put it down there, because we're gonna here also make it grid calls 2, and also here let's add the actual classes. I thought these were the classes, but yeah, let's add the classes for this element. Here, border, here, rounded, large, let's say p3, height 72, shadow, let's see. All right, good, it's looking good like that. Height, let's make the height bigger. Height 96, the shadow, and overflow hidden. All right, awesome. Now the sentence is kind of 1. Let us create sentence with at least 50 words. Is it 50 sentences or 50 words? I don't know, but yes, 50 words, right? Well, after doing that, here just missing one more thing. Testimonial has something like a quote here. So let's go to Bootstrap icon. Let's go there. All right. Now, in here, let's get the quote SVG. Let's get this one. Let's copy the SVG. Here, after this fake name in the H5, here, let's create this. Let's just paste the SVG here. And let's just edit the class a little bit. Here we can add width 10, height 10, and text gray 700. We go to our actual website. Awesome. Now you see we have this testimonial looking good here. And just to make things more fun or more dynamic, for this element, let's just create a 4. So here, create a 4, a blade 4. For count, element count, we can just say 5. And let's wrap this div inside this 4. Awesome. Now if you refresh, now you land on the page, and when you go down, you find this testimonials saying, yeah, Tinder is an amazing app, found my wife, yada yada, down there. Yeah, so it's looking good. And yeah, so it's looking good here. Now when we resize this, we want to make it responsive. So we can simply, in here, in the grid, here we can say small, grid goes to. So when you go, see it's now looking responsive like that. All right, so now before we close, let's just go to Tailwind config. So let's change the font to Nunito, or you can leave the font as it is. But this font, it said the font here, it becomes a little bit thicker, and if we resize, it becomes thick there, and the elements look much better. Words. You can leave it like that. You can choose your own font, but we're trying to create almost exact looking thing like Tinder. So yeah, I think that's it for this video. In the next one, I'm gonna start working on our homepage in the backend. This is just a front end. When you welcome, I can click here and go and create an account. I can go back, and I can also click here to go to login, which is good. So thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.